Well, my father found out you make a little bit of honey, you can make some money. So he figured the more bees you got, the more honey you make. Well, that works, except for more bees, more honey, more equipment, more freight, more trucking, a lot of extra work. And so I sort of grew up into it. About the time I was born, he started trucking bees to Florida in the wintertime, and we started making orange blossom honey. And he did a little bit of pollination in the springtime in Pennsylvania and Maine on blueberries. That's all nectar in themselves. And the bees, when they're done and have the moisture level down, they cap it over. This machine has vibrating knives on. They cut the cappings off, and then it goes in that machine up there and it spins the honey out. So the wax and honey gets pumped through a heat exchanger to warm it up a little bit. Then it goes in that spinner that actually separates out the wax and honey. The wax comes out like that. Honey. Growing up on a bee farm was different. There was a lot of nights that when I was 10 and 12 years old, we were out moving bees till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, getting bees into apple pollination, and I told myself I'd never be a beekeeper. But here I am now. I have 2 boys working for me. Back when I started in it, it was more lucrative, I guess you'd say. And now I'm just worried about what's going to be for the future. It's hard for me as a family-run business. I want to try to keep this going. I mean, some days I feel like a little bit of a failure because I can't keep my bees alive. And my dad reminds me that it's not my fault, that they're just issues with the environment that we can't control. It's hard to remember that when you go into a hive and wonder why it's dead. What did you do wrong? I mean, all the feeding and all the treating we do just some days doesn't work. The industry as a whole is having this issue. Even hobbyists are having this issue and they don't understand why. Used to be every farmer had a couple hives on his farm to take care of their small orchards and things like that. Now I look around and there's small farms that hire me for pollination because they can't keep bees alive. This started out on the northeast coast. We started having bee issues. The western beekeepers said, well, you guys are just bad beekeepers. And about 5 years later, we're all beekeepers. We just can't keep bees alive. These are nucleus hives. These are like a starter. We put in like 2 frames of brood and a frame of honey and gave them a brand new queen. And then it's starting a beehive out. So hopefully in the next couple weeks she'll grow and make enough honey to fill that box up. And we can take that box and transfer into one of our 10 frame boxes. A little bit of smoke to help calm them down. Started happening around 2004, 2005. And right before that, the chemical industry changed from contact sprays to systemic, which means what they used to spray on the crops killed the bugs on the crop. Systemic means they're pre-treating a seed that goes into the ground, whether it's corn, soybeans. So now the seed is pre-treated, the chemical grows with the plant, and then we come along and spray it again 3, 4, 5 times. And everything systemic means the plant absorbs it into it. So this is a wingless bee. This is what causes sometimes with mites and viruses, you get wingless bees that hatch out. The problem with that is if she ain't got wings, she's worthless to do anything in the future. The pesticides don't really kill the bees right away. It's affecting their immune system. Now if you find one mite, you should have treated 2 weeks ago because that mite can be carrying 13 different viruses that a good healthy bee can fight off or the next generation can fight off. But now with all these chemicals breaking down the immune system, it's almost like AIDS in humans. And that's pretty much what they made, AIDS for bugs. That normal viruses you can fight off. But if you have AIDS, you get a common cold and it could wipe you out.